Hey everybody, and welcome to Backlog Busters, where normally I'd be busting a game off my backlog every other week, but I need a break for this episode. Then I'll be right back to it. Because we've done a whole year of this now, which on one hand, I'm proud of myself for sticking with this for a whole year, and on the other, I'm so thankful for everyone who's been watching this channel, because I totally expected it to be just a bunch of bots and burner accounts that my friends and family made, but there's actually other people out there, I think. It's just been really incredible getting to talk about these games to people who are also interested in these and care about these games, hear about your experiences with them, and then also hear the suggestion to play it in the first place. Games like Myst that I probably would have never gotten around to if I didn't have friends and people in the comments asking me to play that. Or even something like Diddy Kong Racing, which I thought was just a Mario Kart knockoff and ended up being one of my favorite N64 games I've played yet. Stuff like that never would have happened without this channel, and I'm so thankful that people are watching it and enjoying it. So I thought I'd give you like a little peek behind the curtain and hopefully and selfishly give you an idea of my game collection so you can recommend a few things that I own, because I've bought a lot of games and they're not cheap. So at this point I've got, I don't know, 10 or 20 games that only have like 2 votes each, and I really need to narrow that list down because I'm bad at making decisions. Hopefully, seeing some of the stuff on the shelves will give you an idea of like, ooh, that's one you should play. One of the things you'll start to notice, these little green pieces of paper in the corner. I had this really brilliant idea before I started the channel to put a little green piece of paper to show that I'd beaten a game, seen the credits, was done with it, to just have a visual way to tell that I was clearing off my backlog. And then after a couple of those, I kind of stopped, so you'll see a lot of them that maybe have the green on them and I have beat, and then some that don't have it and that I also have beat. So that's a little confusing. Maybe I'll get to that at some point. But yeah, I wanted to just show you around, starting with a change of view. So as we kind of zoom out here, you'll see a lot of Nintendo stuff to the right, some that's kind of off camera. My consoles are all in the middle, and then I've got Xbox and PlayStation stuff over to the left here. For my consoles, most of these have all the cables and things I would need for recording behind them. A lot of them aren't plugged in and ready to go to moment's notice, but they are pretty quick to grab and plug in, and then the dogs are always in the way. Game Boy and Game Boy Color were my first consoles ever, so I've got a lot of those loose and need to get more fun cases for them. And then I've been collecting a lot of these Myst books ever since I played that game that I really loved. The Game Boy Advance was my second handheld console. I absolutely love this. A lot of these games are from my childhood, and then a lot I've had to rebuy because I sold them like an idiot. The GameCube was my first home console. I've got a lot of games I have super fond memories of here, some odd mixtures in here, but I have tried to go back and collect a lot of first-party stuff like that Paper Mario I need to play. And then a few boxed cardboard copies that I bought from people that are just in amazing condition. Xbox was my first console after the GameCube, so I've got a lot of party games, shooters, and like Tony Hawk in this collection. The DS I loved, but sadly I don't have a lot of boxes for the games I got, but I've still got a lot of the good first-party ones in here. And for the 360, I kind of stayed on the Xbox train for a bit, so I've got a bunch of shooters, a lot less variety in here, but I have been trying to go back and collect anything unique. For the Wii, it's a lot of party games, and then some first-party stuff that I need to go back and play. The PSP I only really use for Burnout and Mega Man X, so I've been going back to try to fill out this collection a little bit more. The 3DS has such a great library, and I regret I bought so many games digital, but these are the few that I have physical and I would like to get more. For the SNES and N64, I didn't have those, but I did buy a lot of these games before they skyrocketed in price. The PS3 I made the mistake of selling along with all my games, so I've been rebuying a lot of the stuff I already had. Really forward thinking. The PS2 I just got last year, so I've been building that up from scratch, and the PS1 I just don't have that many games for. The Switch is really what got me back into collecting physical games. The only problem is they look so ugly and bland on the side. They have no fun art at all. My collector's editions, I don't get a lot of these, but for the games I really enjoy, I'll go pick those up. Amiibo, I just keep grabbing these anytime I see a pre-order link go up, and I probably need to stop, but it was just so long where we had such subpar Nintendo merchandise that I love these little figurines from all their franchises. So yeah, thank you for coming on a tour of my room here. Hopefully this gave you an idea of like maybe stuff to suggest that y'all can team up on and really focus me in one direction, because there's, again, a lot of games I haven't played on these shelves. I would very much like to one day finish all of these when I'm like 80 years old. Maybe I'll finish all of them, as long as I don't buy any more, which will definitely happen. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone who's stuck around with me through this year. I'm really excited about what stuff I'm gonna make next. The one thing I am interested in is playing longer games. I don't know if you've noticed this, but a lot of games I played are under 10 hours. So for Simpsons Hit and Run, I started playing that right after I released the Oracle of Ages video. I started playing the game. I spend basically 5 days of a couple hours every single night trying to finish that game. I try to write the script over the weekend, and then on the following Monday or Tuesday, hopefully I'm recording this. And then I need to look through basically my script and my recording and figure out what game footage I need to capture or will need to capture through that week, edit it all together, and usually Sunday night, way too late, I finish it, schedule it, and it comes out that Monday, and the whole cycle repeats, which is a quick turnaround, I'm realizing, for some of these games. And that's the reason that I'd like to talk about my schedule. Let me know if you hate this, tell me in the comments if this is a horrible idea. But for the longer games, I'd still like to play them because they are on my backlog, and a lot of them y'all have recommended, and I want to play and see what they're like. But they're longer than 10 hours, which means I need some more time to play them. So what I'd like to do is, in between longer games, I'll sprinkle in some videos either about recent pickups I've got to help you have an idea of what games I have, and so I can scrounge up more suggestions that point me directly to a game I need to play next, instead of a wide swath of ones that all have an equal number of votes. Or I'll put out a video that fond memories of a game I haven't touched in years that I did complete that I just want to talk about and that y'all have suggested, but I kind of have to shoot you down and say, I've already played it, which I don't like doing because I do want to talk about those games. They just don't fit into the rules that I made for myself. And then while I'm putting out those smaller videos, which are hopefully quicker to get out and won't require me to play through a whole game and record all that footage beforehand, I can just, talk a little more freely, a little quicker. It'll give you something that you hopefully still enjoy watching, and it'll give me time to finish these longer games that I really want to show off on the channel, but as of my current schedule have been hard to fit in. So next episode should be a normal one. It'll be a game I've just completed and we're going to go through it the normal style. But after that, if there's a longer game that it seems like y'all would be more interested in seeing, I'll put out a video of my memories with Custom Robo. I really want to talk about Custom Robo. I think for the growth of the channel, this would be a good thing to do that gives me more time to focus on larger, more interesting games and not having to stick to smaller and smaller ones, which ends up being a lot of platformers that I can clear very quickly. But thank you for taking the time to watch this video and hear me ramble on about stuff like this. I'm so thankful for anyone and everyone that's watching this channel. It's been so exciting to see, and I'm just hoping to put out more stuff and hopefully get to more games and larger games that it seems like a lot of you are interested in. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.